Okay. Hello. Hello. Audible?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, in the previous class, we were discussing about that constant gain circles. So these are the constant gain circles what we discussed in the previous class. So for a particular value of this gain, whatever you required, see like in the okay. Ah, Here required value of gain GS. If you take, there are many values of ZS are there. All those values will give a value of gain, whatever you set here. So here while designing the one, what we do, we are choosing this value GS. Okay. And we can calculate what is the maximum gain we can get from the active device, and that is a maximum. But actually what we wanted is it may be lesser than that value GS. Okay, so we have to take a ratio of those two, that is a normalized gain GS. For that particular value of normalized gain, or the value whatever you want here, for example we want a 2 dB gain here. If you want a 2 dB gain, you can here you can see in the left hand side, this is right hand side, what we can observe to get a gain, this ratio equal to 2 dB divided by 2.93, as we saw in the GS maximum for a particular problem. We got a GS maximum equal to 2.93 dB, I think, in the okay, 2.92 dB. So 2.92 dB, this what we wanted is a 2 dB. And now that ratio you take, that is a constant here, left hand side. Similarly here in the right hand side, this is constant, S11 is constant, and TOS depends upon the ZS. That is the input, TOS depends on input impedance ZS, looking towards the source. So if you're looking towards the source, whatever the impedance we observe, that is called as a ZS. Okay, so for particular value of this ZS, we will be getting this GS is equal to 2 dB. So now from this equation, you can see here this right hand side equal to the left hand side for many combination of ZS or TOS. Okay, so what are those values of ZS? All those values give a left hand side equal to this. Okay, so that is actually form a circle. Okay, that is a, so all those values lie over a circle. See, lie on a circle here. This is a, for example, like this. For a 2 dB, you can observe all these values of impedance. Impedance here, you can read impedance here. As you move like this over the circle, impedance changes. Impedance changes means you can read at any point what is the impedance. See, this is a Smith chart here. In the Smith chart, there are resistance circles are there and a reactance circle are there. At any particular position, you take a value of resistance value and the reactance value, that gives the impedance at that particular position. Okay, so like there are if you move like this, automatically resistance value and reactance values will change, so impedance value changes. But all those values you can you if you put those values here, all those will result this right hand side is equal to left hand side. So you can take any value over this circle, okay, as a ZS here, to get this right hand side is equal to left hand side. So that is one. So if you want again particular value of gain, you have to choose the ZS. So how to choose the ZS value? That is by drawing this circle. We have to draw the circle like this. Okay, to draw this circle, for the given value of this gain, whatever you needed, you can observe this equation forms a circle, equation of a circle. By rearranging this, you can see this forms a equation of a circle. Equation of a circle means the circle equation has a center and the radius. So for a given value of this value, you can get a center and the radius like this, center of the circle, and this is the radius of the circle. So if you know the center of the circle and the radius of the circle, that is on the Smith chart. See, this is a Smith chart here. Smith chart here. center of the circle and the radius of the circle, you can draw this constant gain circle. They are called as constant gain circles. Input gain circle, input constant gain circle. This one, this is for my 1 dB. Okay, so we know the center of the circle and radius of the circle. You can draw the circle like this. So after drawing that, you can take any value over that. For example, A. I have taken here a value is equal to A. So you can read the value, whatever the impedance here, take that value and use it. You should design this matching network such that looking this direction, the impedance must be equal to whatever you have from this point. Okay, so like that. So you have to draw the circle first like this. For a 2 dB circle, this is for 1 dB and 0 dB and minus 1 dB, this is a circle. Okay, so 2 dB like this. For example, how to draw this, we will see here. See, there is a problem here. This is a problem here. Design a again amplifier for 15 dB at the frequency 3 GHz. If the bipolar transistor has this S matrix, this is a S matrix, and S12 is equal to 0. S12 is equal to 0. That means it is a unilateral device here. So what we have to do here, 15 dB, I already have taken this problem in the previous discussion. 15 dB gain we needed. So what we have to do, no, from the gain equation, G naught GS and GS G naught GL. So what we did, GS maximum we have to find out, GL maximum we have to find out, and G naught also we have to find out. So G naught is a 12 dB here. This is the same problem only, previous problem. GS maximum is 1.96, that is 2.9 dB, 1.3 dB. So what we did, 2 dB we taken for this GS and 1 dB for the GL. So total gain we got a 15 dB. Okay. So now we have to choose the ZS for this problem. To choose that ZS value, you have to draw the circle. That is a gain circle we have to draw. 2 dB gain circle. See, I want a GS is equal to 2 dB. What I have to do? I have to draw 2 dB gain circle. To draw the 2 dB gain circle, you should find out center of the circle. See, this is the center of the circle. This is the radius of the circle. These two values from this equation, I have given here center of the circle. Here, center of the circle and radius of the circle. Using these two equation, your CGS and RGS, that is the center here. Center of, this is a circle, 2 dB circle. I want a 2 dB gain. So I have to draw this circle. I have to find the center of the circle and the radius of the circle. So these two values are here. See here, CGS is equal to 0.63. After substitution of all the parameters, we will be left with this answer. CGS is equal to 0.63 at an angle of 155. RGS, this CGS means center of the circle. And RGS, what is RGS? This is the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle is 0.25. Okay, these two values, that they are from equation, these two equations. So here, what is this S11? This is from the S matrix of the transistor. And GS, we know what is the GS? GS divided by GS maximum. We know GS is a 2 dB we want. GS maximum also we know. Take a ratio, that is GS here. Substitute all those values here, we will be getting this CGS. Similarly, you substitute the GS S11 in this equation, we will be getting the RGS. So by doing that, these are the values. Substitution, after substitution, we will be getting 0.63 at an angle of this, and RGS is actually, it is a real number. So radius is a real, so it's 0.25. Center of the circle, it is in the imaginary plane, that is in the toe plane. Okay, real and imaginary. So here 0.63 and 1.55, this is the center of the circle. How to mark it on the Smith chart? Okay, we have to center of the circle. See, center of the circle means in xy coordinate we know y, x and y. This is x axis, this is y axis. Center of the coordinate is this, is correct. That means x and y, we are going x units in this direction, y units in this direction. It is a point, the x and y value. This is a point A and B. So we will be taking like the center of the circle. Okay, and afterwards the radius, this value will take and we'll draw the circle. Similarly, first we have to mark the center. Okay, so center what we got here is 0.63 at an angle of 155 degree. Okay, that we have to mark on the Smith chart. First you have to mark it, afterwards you have to do this. Okay, so to do this, what you have to do, see here, this is a Smith chart here. This is a Smith chart. So you should first take a scale and measure the distance from center of the Smith chart. See, this is the center of the Smith chart. Okay, from the this is center of the Smith chart, and the in the what is the value? First you have to mark this angle. See, on the Smith chart, 150 center is 0.63 is the magnitude. Angle is 155 degree. Okay, so here this is a Smith chart here. 155 degree you have to see 155 degree means, see, this is 0, you know, all of you know this is a 0 degree, and you move like this, you should move like this. Okay, here is 150. I think it's visible to you or not. 150 is there here, 150. This is 155, this point is 155. Okay, this point 150 angle, here 160 is there, in between that 155 is there. Okay, this is the point. What now we have to do is you draw a line from here. So you start from here, you go like this, wherever you are 155 we want 155 is stop here, draw a line passing from this center of the Smith chart to the point here. Okay, see like this, from here to up to this actually. Okay, not up to this, here up to this. Okay, this point you should draw up to this point. Okay, not up to this, up to this you should draw the line. Okay, so from here center of the Smith chart you draw a line to the point here, this point, this point. Okay, now you measure this distance from the center to this point, how many centimeters, using scale. You take a scale and measure how many centimeters from here to here, not to here. Okay, not to here, here up to this point, how many centers are, how many centimeters are there. See, it actually 6 centimeters are there, 6 centimeters. So from my on the paper or the Smith chart, I got this is 6 centimeter from here, using scale from here to here. Okay, 6 centimeter. While doing in the examination, you used to have a Smith chart, using scale you measure the distance, how many centimeters are there from here to here. Okay, that is here in this I got a 6 centimeter. 6 centimeter is equal to 1 unit, you have to take 1. That is actually tau is equal to 1 in the last circle. See here, this is a circle, tau is equal to 1. Tau is equal to 1 corresponds to 6 centimeters, like this. 1 is equal to 6 centimeters, that you have to write like this. Okay, so angle you have to mark first like this. Mark angle, you take and draw a line up to this point and measure how many centimeters are there up to this point, up to this point. Okay, one so you should equate like this, 1 equal to 6 centimeter up to this last circle. Okay, so now what we want is actually our value CGS equal to, now angle we marked 155 we marked. Okay, so next is magnitude is 0.63. 0.63 is the magnitude here. 0.63 means, see, you should mark it over this 0.63. You should mark on the line here, this line. We have drawn this line. But up to this, this is 6 centimeter. That is corresponds to 1. But what we have 0.63. 0.63. 0.63 multiplied by 6. See, 1 corresponds to 6. What is the value of in centimeter? If it is a 0.63, 0.63 multiplied by 6 centimeter, you will get in 3.78 centimeter. Okay, so now starting from here, you measure 3.78 centimeter. See here, around it is here, 3.78 centimeters. Starting from 0 here, center of the Smith chart, you measure 3.78 centimeters and mark. This is a circle. Okay, so this is the center of the circle. See like this, CGS 0.63 155 degree. So it is not very tough, okay, but calculation CGS you have to calculate. First 155 degree starting from here you mark, okay. Next you draw a line passing through this and measure how many centimeters are there from the center to here, that you take as a first one, okay. 1 is equal to 6 centimeter. Next to take what is the point, our value 0.63. So 0.63, how many centimeters? It is 3.78 centimeter. So on this line, you from here you take a 3.78 centimeters and mark point here. This is the center of the circle, to mark the center of the circle. Now what we can do? Draw this. Take a radius. Radius is what? It is 0.25. From the radius equation, this equation, this radius equation RGS, using this equation, we got that value equal to 0.25. So 0.25 means here you should again do like this. 1 is equal to 6 centimeter. If it is 0.25, how many centimeters? That is 1.5 centimeter. So you take in the scale, you take a 1.5 centimeter and draw the circle. Taking this as a center, 1.5 centimeters as a radius, draw the circle. So you will be getting the circle like this. Okay, this is now 2 dB circle on the Smith chart. So this is a Smith chart now. This is a Smith chart. Okay, we got a center of the circle and radius of the circle. Using those center of the circle and radius of the circle, you can draw the circle like this. See, now I have shown here, it's showing. This is the 2 dB circle. Okay, this is a way, this is some example, not exactly to the scale, but the procedure is that, okay. In the you can practice, you take a Smith chart and you calculate the value of CGS and RGS and draw it, okay. You will be getting the circle like this, okay. This is a 2 dB circle, see like this. So now you can take any value over this. See here, this is a circle. You can take any value, year, or any value that you can set as the input impedance of our network. So looking in this direction, the value must be equal to any one of that. Okay, any one of that. So that is a way of drawing here. How to draw for any? This is for CGS. For a input gain, I want input gain of 2 dB. See this what I want in the problem, GS I want a 2 dB, okay. 2 dB I want, so 2 dB circle I have drawn here. This is a 2 dB circle, okay. This is a 2 dB circle I want, that is for GS, okay. I want GS 2 dB I have drawn. Similarly, GL 1 dB I want. GL 1 dB I want. Here 1 dB. So what I have to do for a 1 dB GL, that means load circle, load input. So what from this circle, GS 2 dB circle, what we got? See, if you take any impedance over this, if you take any impedance of this, that is for looking this direction. Okay, you have to set 2 dB and it gives a 2 dB of gain. Similarly, you should do for this output also. Looking this direction, you should be 1 dB. Okay, 1 dB means you should draw the 1 dB circle. 1 dB circle. But output load circles, see here, equations are different. See here, input constant GS circles. Constant GS circles, that is to get a ZS. These are the center and see, this is the center and this is a radius for the GS, to get a GS value, to get a GS value. To get a GL value, what you should do? See, you should go to here, constant GL circles, constant GL circles. Okay, constant GL circle means again output circles. These are the output gain circles. They have gain, center of that circle is this equation. See here, GL you should take, and this is a 22, S22, there S11, it is S22. Okay, for output gain circles. What is a GL we want? GL 1 dB. If you want 1 dB, you should take GL is equal to some, ZL is equal to something. Looking in this direction, ZL should be something. Okay, to get that value, you should use this, you should draw the circle again. You should draw the circle. That is called as output gain circle. Okay. For that, center is this. See, center is this. GL, here GL instead of GS. For the input gain circle, it is GS. GS. Here is GL. What is GL? GL divided by GL maximum. Okay, what is GL? This is 1 dB now. For example, in this case, I want a GL is equal to 1 dB. GL 1 dB. So that value you should take here. GL is equal to 1 dB. This GL maximum is 1.3 dB. See, like 1.3 dB GL. Those two values you should use here. Okay, and this forms a circle. Okay, so that circle equation, center is this and radius is this. Need not to derive this. Okay, directly you can take this center of this is this and radius of this. So using these two equation, get the center and radius. Get the center and radius. Draw the circle again. See, that is like this. Here, see, GL is equal to 1 dB. I want 1 dB gain. And what I want, so we should draw circle again. Okay, so that is center you have to find out CGL and RGL. CGL means using this equation, CGL this equation and RGL this equation. Okay, you will be left with this 1.26 here CGL 0.48 and 0.2. Okay, so using this again you have to draw a circle on the Smith chart. So like this, see, I have drawn for this. This is for GS. Similarly, you should draw for GL also here on the Smith chart. So now what we have to do, for example, here CGL equal to 0.48. 0.48 and 20 degree. Okay, 20 degree means here on the Smith chart, you should start from here. Okay, 20 degree means you should move like this. Here is a 20 degree here. Okay, 20 degree. You draw a line like this. You draw a line. You draw a line like this, 20 degree line. Okay. Next, you measure a distance from here to here. It is same as this 6 centimeter because the radius up to this you should draw. Okay, over this like this. Okay, it is 6 centimeter. But what I want here, 0.48. 0.48 means here 6 centimeter multiplied by 0.48. You do that. Okay, and that value you should mark on this line passing through the 20 degree. Okay, that is the center. Next, to get a radius, here this is a 0.2 multiplied by 6 again. 0.2 multiplied by 6 you do. That is a radius. Then you can draw the circle. It may somewhere here. It may come like this. Somewhere it may come. Okay. I have not drawn. You can practice that. You draw a line passing through 20 degree. Okay. Then take a magnitude value, that is 0.48. Multiply this by 6 centimeter. That is the distance from here up to this. Okay, like this, starting from center to here 6 centimeters. Okay, because it is the same 6 centimeters. 0.6 multiplied by this value 0.48. Okay, some value will be getting. So, how many centimeters you will get? You mark it over that somewhere here. Okay, similarly you take this 0.2 multiplied by 6, that is 1.8. So take radius as 1.8 and draw the circle. You will be getting circle somewhere. Actually that is like this. You see here, no, here this is the one. This is 2 dB circle will be like this. 2 dB circle will be like this. This is 1 dB circle for the load impedance ZL. You can take any value over this load circle. This is ZL is equal to 1. ZL is the gain GL is equal to 1 dB. GL is equal to 1 dB. If you take any value over this, okay, ZL, that gives the gain is equal to 1 dB. GL is equal to 1 dB. Okay, so like this. This is just a 20 degree. Actually, here is a 20 degree. Here is 20 degree. Moving like this, this is a 0.48 multiplied by 6. That is some value will be coming. That is here, center here. And next to 0.2 is the radius. 0.2 multiplied by 6 means 1.2. 0.2 multiplied by 6, 1.2. So that is 1.2 centimeter here. Take a 1.2 centimeter, run the circle, you will be getting this like this. So this is called as the output load circle, output gain circle, output gain circle. It gives a 1 dB gain. So you take any impedance over this, okay, either it may be here or anywhere. They have taken here, see this point, okay. So similar any value you can take here, and you that value gives the gain is equal to 1 dB. You can take here, or actually I will tell you how to, why should we take this value, we will see, okay. So like this you can draw the circles, understood here. This is a 20 degree here, 20 degrees here, 20 degree, this is from here 20 degree, and this is 0.48, 0.48 multiplied by 6, you will be getting this distance, okay. That is center of the circle. Next to 0.2 multiplied by 6, okay, 1.2, you take a 1.2 and draw the circle. This is the one, this is called as load circle. You can change, you can choose any value of the value ZL over this, okay. That gives a input impedance, here you take, that gives the gain is equal to 1 dB, okay. So like there are two circles they have drawn here. One for, this is the input gain circle GS. To get a GS value, you have to take a input impedance looking this direction, should be any one value over this, okay. Similarly GL, whatever ZL we want, you should take over this circle, okay. So then we will be getting 2 dB here and 1 dB here, okay. So that is a way of drawing here, constant input circle, constant output gain circles, okay. Are you audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this okay, GS okay, okay, you have to choose a value. Okay, now we will see how to design this impedance. Gain you got now how to draw the gain input gain circle and how to draw the output gain circle. Okay, there are circles you have to draw for this. Before getting impedance and this one, to set the gain you should draw the constant gain circle, input gain circle and a constant output gain circle. To draw the circles you should draw those on the Smith chart, okay. You should draw those on the Smith chart. So here to draw the circles, what we have to do, these are the equation. To draw the input gain circle, center here and radius here, okay. Using these two you can draw the input gain circle. Similarly output gain circle you can draw by using these two equation, okay. After drawing this, what we have to do, you can choose any value over those two circles. Over this and this you should choose input impedance, you take any value from here on this circle, and output impedance you choose any value from this circle, okay. After choosing particular value of impedance, you should design the input matching network, okay. What is the input impedance you needed, okay, okay. That I needed any value over this, I have taken one value, for example like this, this, see here, for example here I want this value, some example, okay. I want this value a, okay, this point, that is here like this, okay. This point I want this value, okay. This is on a constant gain circle, okay. I have taken this value for some example, you see this is a constant gain circle for 2 dB, some other example, okay. I want this is a 2 dB, it will give a 2 dB. What I am doing is I want to, I am taking one value, and this is a point, okay. Any value you can take over the circle to get a 2 dB, okay. This is for some different problem, okay. Do not confuse with what I hear, this problem, okay. This problem, this is some other example, okay. So this is for this values, 2 dB gain is like this, 2 dB circle is like this, 2 dB gain circle is this for these values, okay. So now I want to set this value a, okay. What is this value a? That value is this, 0.42 plus j 0.1. That means resistance value is 0.42. See here, this is a Smith chart, and the Smith chart, as you know, here it is around 0.4. Center is 1 here, and reactance value or reactance circle value we have to read, that is 0.1. Okay, 0.4 to 0.1. So I want to set this value at the input side here. Input at looking this direction, it should be equal to 0.42 plus j 0.1. Okay, looking in this direction. Okay, if see, if input this in, if this matching network is not there, then the value is 50 ohm. Okay, this is a, for example, z0 means 50 ohm. Okay, if you do not have this input matching network, if you look like this, see, without that impedance matching network, if you look like this, that is 50 ohm. But actually 50 ohm you cannot take because it gives a 0 dB gain. I want a 2 dB. For 2 dB, what a value I want? It should be 0.4 to 0.1. So you should change this 50 ohm to this value. Okay, so how to design this matching network? How to design the matching network? Okay, see, earlier in the TLW, what we were doing, this is a converse of this. Okay, see, that means you can easily get from here. See, in the earlier problem, this is a problem, ZL will used to be there. Okay, looking in this direction, we want a 50 ohm, is correct. You can easily do this problem because if you remember the previous TLW1, you can easily do this. Okay, I am just trying to remember that for you. See, ZL is given, I want a 50 dB. How do you design this matching network? This is a previous TLW problem I have taken. I want a ZL. ZL is given. Okay. For example, this is given 0.42 plus 0.1. This is the load given. Remember previous TLW. This is not present one. Previously, for example, ZL. ZL is equal to this 0.42 plus 0.1. I want 50 dB. Sorry, 50 ohm. What we were doing to get a 50 ohm? We were marking this ZL on the Smith chart, is correct. See, like this, we used to mark like this point on the Smith chart, that is the load. Next, what we were doing, we were moving from this point, load point, we are moving on the constant resistance circle. See, like this, you used to move on the constant resistance circle like this till G is equal to 1 circle. See here, G is equal to 1 circle. Next, what we were doing, starting from here, we are moving to the center of the Smith chart like this. On the conductance circle, we move from here, we are moving to the center on the conductance circle, this conductance circle. Just remember, this we were doing. See, if load is given, this is the load, for example, this is the load. Then what we did, we are marking the load. From the load, we are moving over a constant resistance circle until we reach the G is equal to 1 circle. So what we come to know, we are moving on a constant resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction. It adds the, you know what value it adds. It adds the capacitor in series, is correct. It adds the capacitor in series. So we will put a capacitor in series here. Capacitor we will be putting in series. Next, what we do, starting from here, we move like this. Okay, what is the value? Constant conductance circle moving in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, it adds the inductor in shunt, adds inductor in shunt. Okay, that you know, very familiar with that, how to do that. I have given PPT video also, that you know, if load is given like this, some point is a load here. Okay, that we were doing, we were reaching to the center of the Smith chart. Earlier, what we were doing, we were reaching to the center of the Smith chart. Starting from load, we move like this and you move like this to the center of the Smith chart to get a 50 ohm. That is the problem what we were doing earlier. Okay, see, now the problem is very simple. See, load is 50 ohm, that's all. Load is 50 ohm, you mark the load like this. Mark the load first. Okay, this is like a 50 ohm. This is given 50 ohm. You mark it here. See, like this. This is a 50 ohm, you mark it. From here, what we have to do, you should reach this value. whatever you want. We want, see now what we want, 0.42 plus j zero point 0.1 we want. Looking this direction, we want this value 0.42 plus zero point 0.1. So actually load is now this is the load, this is the load. Okay, load you mark here. From the load point, what you do, you move like this on the constant conductance circle. Okay, see like this constant to reach the constant resistance circle, one circle, r is equal to one circle. Sorry, not r is equal to one circle. This wherever this point is there, see this point 0.42 plus zero point 0.1 is there, it is on some resistance circle. See, it is on some resistance circle here, it is some resistance. So starting from here, move on a constant conductance circle, reach that resistance circle here. Okay, it adds some value. What value it adds? Starting from here, you should move, you move like this to reach the resistance circle on which this point is, this point is. So that point is on some resistance circle here. Okay, so starting from here, you move like this and reach, stop here. So where we have to stop? On a resistance circle which passes through the our impedance, required impedance here. Okay, start from here, you move like this. So starting from load point, this is a 50 ohm, you marked. From 50 ohm you move like this. Okay, and we are moving on the constant conductance circle in the clockwise direction. Constant conductance circle in the clockwise direction means it adds capacitor in shunt. Okay, it adds capacitor in shunt. So this is a capacitor, you see here, resistance 50 ohm here, this is a 50 ohm here. Starting from 50 ohm, you move like this over a constant resistance conductance circle. Constant conductance circle in the clockwise direction adds a capacitor in shunt. So this is a one. And I already know, you know how to get a value of this, that we already studied that in the previous semester. Okay, next from here, starting from here, where you have to stop? You should stop to a resistor, stop on the resistance circle. The circle passes through the resistance of this. See, 0.42 circle is there here, this point, this point is there. This, through this point some resistance circle is passing. Okay, there is a resistance there, you have to stop. Okay, so you find out what is the capacitor value, that you know how to do that. Next, from here what we have to do, you should move like this. From here on that resistance circle you move. So it is moving on constant resistance circle. Okay, up to this point, up to this point you moved previously from year to year. You know, this capacitor added, what is the value of capacitor? You can find initial value, this is the final value, you find out b, get a value of c. Similarly, after this point we are moving on resistance circle. See like this. Okay, so you find out what is that value. Resistance sorry, capacitor, it adds, sorry, it adds the inductor in series. Moving on resistance circle in the clockwise direction. See, from here we are moving like this in the clockwise direction to this point. Okay, it adds a inductor in series, that is inductor in series. See like this. So if you do this, uh, okay, you add this. See, if you do not have this, it is 50 ohm. But by adding this capacitor and this inductor, see like this capacitor and this inductor, if you look in this direction, the impedance is 0.42 plus 0.1. See, looking in this direction, the impedance now changed to this value. Okay, just the opposite way you have to move. Starting from center, you move in the opposite direction to reach wherever our required value is there. This is a required value. Okay, it is on some resistance circle. See like this. So start from here, move on a constant conductance circle and stop wherever this resistance circle is there. Okay, like this. So that is here inductor, and this is the capacitor. So this is the addition, this is impedance matching network, this impedance matching network. Now if you look in this direction, impedance is 0.42 plus j 0.1. Okay, so if you now the circuit gives a 2 dB gain. So if it is a case, now gs will be 2 dB. Okay, so like this we added this matching network to this one. Okay, so because we already learned that how to do the impedance matching network. Just if you once if you go through that one, you can easily understand how to design this impedance matching network. You already studied that. So that is to get a 2 dB gain. 2 dB gain from here, input impedance must be like this. When some value you have taken on this circle, 2 dB circle, 2 dB circle we have taken. Sorry, this is a 2 dB circle. I have taken some value. I have to set this value at the input side. Input side I have to set. How to set using impedance matching network? That is like this. This you already studied. Okay, so this way. So this is a impedance matching network design. Similarly, you can do for this also. Similarly, you can do for this output also. You should take some value here. That value on the output gain circle. See like this. This is the output gain circle. You take any value, they have taken this value. See like this. Okay. Now for 2 dB for input gain, they took this value, some value they have taken here for this particular problem. They have taken this value. Okay. Because whichever you reach earlier, that is you have to take here. See this value, or we can take here also. This value also you can take. Okay, what they did, you can take any value. We will see what to take, which actually you have to take. That one more problem will be there that we will discuss later. First you see like this, any value over this circle, they have taken this value. Okay, so they started from here and they moved like this on the constant conductance circle, and from here they moved to this point. Okay, they got a whatever the capacitor value, whatever the inductor value, that is the input here. This is the input matching network. Okay, to the similarly output one, they started again here 50 ohm. See, this is a 50 ohm marking, but from here what we have to do, you should reach this point. You should reach this point. How to reach this point? Just you take a circle, resistance circle passing through this. Okay, it will, some resistance circle will pass like this. Okay, so mark first 50 ohm here. On the constant resistance circle you move like this until the resistance circle passing through this point. See like this, started from here and you should stop here. Where you have to stop? Until you reach the resistance circle passing through this point. See like this, you stop here. And you note on what is the value added here. From here to here, moving from here to here, you are moving on a constant resistance circle. See, this is a constant resistance circle. Constant resistance circle in the anti-clockwise direction adds capacitor in series. So this is 50 ohm, 50 ohm, and you are moving from here in this direction up to this point. Okay, on the resistance circle. This is resistance. See, these are resistance circle. So this adds a capacitor in series. Next, after this point, what we are doing? We are moving on a conductance circle here, not resistance. You should see the conductance circle passing through this point. See, this is a conductance circle passing through this. So from here, you move like this on the constant conductance circle up to this point. Okay, constant conductance circle in the anti-clockwise direction adds inductor in shunt. See, this is the inductor in shunt. So this is a matching network now. So looking in this direction, if you look in this start here, if you look in this direction, the impedance is equal to this value now. This value. Okay. So this is just, instead of starting from here, we started from center of the Smith chart. You move like this to reach our impedance. See like this. In the earlier problem, what we were doing? We were doing like this. We started from here. Started from impedance. Okay, opposite way here. You started from here, you move like this and move center. You are reaching center, but here we are reaching to the whatever the value we needed. Like impedance matching network you can design. So now if you do like this is the input matching network, this is the output matching network. You can get a 15 dB from this. Okay, using this. This gives the 12 dB, this gives 2 dB, and this gives the 1 dB. So overall gain of the amplifier is 15 dB. That's why we should use a impedance matching network. If you, without impedance matching network, there is a mismatch. Impedance is not matching, and you do not get a gain of 2 dB, 0 dB if you use only 50 ohm here also. Okay, so this is a one amplifier design. So this is only the amplifier design. See, at RF and microwave, designing a input matching network and output matching network is a very important. Okay, how to do them? Based on the gain requirement. Okay, based on the gain, whatever the gain required here, you select the maximum value and minimum values. See, like this, I want a 15 dB. Calculate G naught, calculate G naught, how much I can get, 12 dB only, but I want a 15 dB. How to get that? That is from the GS and that is from GS and GL. So for this problem we want a GS 2 dB and 1 dB. Similarly, for other problems, you should see what is the value of GS and GL. After selecting the value of GS and GL, what we have to do? We should draw the circles, constant gain circle, input gain circle and output gain circles. You should draw like this. See, like this. They are drawn for this problem. Input gain circle it is and output gain circle like this. So now input impedance and output impedance must be chosen any one value. Input impedance must be any one value over this. Output impedance must be any one value over this. Okay. After choosing that impedance, you can do the design. This is the one and this is the one. Okay. This much of procedure will be there. Okay. To do the one, this amplifier design. Simply we cannot do the amplifier design at RF and microwave. Okay. All this procedure you have to follow. Okay, so this is a basic procedure for designing the amplifier, RF and microwave amplifier. Okay, this is based on the gain requirement. Okay, so all of you again, one or two times, two, three times at least, once you may not be able to keep or remember all those things, or two, three times you watch this video, I think you can easily understand this, the concept of what I told. The previous class and today's class, this videos, if you watch, easily you can come to know the procedure. Okay, in the next class we will see one example we will take and we will draw circles and we will see all those things. Okay, one example also we will do that in the next class. Okay, so this is a procedure for designing the amplifier at RF and microwaves. Okay, all of you there, is it audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay. In the next class, we will see. Okay, I am concluding today. So, we'll see in the next class.